Anji, good morning, everyone. Big apology, there was a technical fault in my system. So, just a brief on Nifty. So, you are on screen number 2, which is showing you Nifty chart. Okay. So, we opened on the resistance. The earlier resistance which you're facing is 10,860 and 10,843 was the high today. There was a pressure on TCS. There was a decrease in margins. So we've seen a good pressure in TCS and it's sustaining somewhere on our target level, which is 1850. So it made a low of 37. So 1850 is a good striking point. So if it is not able to hold that 1850 levels, then we can see some lower targets as well. So, reminding you that we have a lower target of 1603 positional on ECS. So that is what I wanted, that companies start showing negative margins, and this is started with this quarter. So probably this quarters are not good for IT, and that is something visible now with the results. So we need to check the prices of 1850. It is holding. We will see. Otherwise, we're gonna sell it down. So yesterday I've given you target of 1850, which is met. So around 327.26, I have dictated to short that around 82, 84 odd levels, and our all targets are met. Rest Infosys, we have results of Infosys as well. That seems again weak. So nutshell, first half seems range bound with a downside call. Stocks are sustaining and sustaining near to low levels. So that means there is a possibility of cracking down. So we have PSUs cracking. We have Canara Bank cracking. We have SBI, which has come down from 306 to 303 odd levels. So there is early morning pressure which is happening. Bharat Forge consolidated very well, and it seems there is a backhand. 80 was a good support, made a low of 80.05, and 84 is a top resistance. So the moment it is able to squeeze the liquidity between this band, we can see upper target of 488 to 491. So it will be in our watch list, and I think market is going to be under pressure first half, and second half, if there is visibility, we will ask for a short covering, but we'll see the strong shares to buy at the bottom. So currently no trade in TCS because the downside is done. So the first step, if it tries to break 1850 again, so we'll see that. So let it consolidate for at least 2 hours above 1850. So then we will keep a target of 1930 if there is a short covering in second half. So let the result come. Maybe this will happen post Infosys result. Market is going to wait that. So if it is all set, gone. If Infosys results are good, there is fair chance of TCS making new high today. So we will long with the option. That is the best idea. So you can choose that option, whichever you feel like. But that is something post result of Infosys will look at that. Okay. So if you have any queries, you can keep asking. Okay, anytime you want. But you can see the chart coming over to Nifty. You can see the chart that we are still struggling in this price band, and I'll just minimize it to make you more understand. So this was we started day before yesterday, made a cup and handle formation, and since then it is just struggling, and this handle could not break on upside, and there's a pressure which is there at 1860 odd levels. So this time, if it sustains above this 1860 and all, so I think it's a good time because we have a backup of results. Any short covering can trigger that. But again, if you will notice that this is a good pressure point, and it's somewhat, if we on a daily chart pattern, it looks like this. It is a symmetrical formation, and we are just maintaining this band on lower side and upside. I'll just zoom in, sorry. So this is a symmetrical formation. We are maintaining this. So any dip, if it gives an opportunity to, if it hits the stop loss for all longs and gives an opportunity, we can try buying it. Or there is a fair chance we have a fault or a false breakdown and then we move up. Just to give you knowledge on it, once we have a false breakdown and then we reverse for upside, that trend is very strong. Okay, so it is not again with this formation is something for learning. So keep that in mind. False breakdown or up on upside or on downside, reverse of it is very strong, so you can trade it. Okay, UPL looks very strong. I'm just showing the chart of UPL. UPL looks very strong. Are you asking something, Anshul?
Anshul, if you don't have any questions, please mute. Anshul? Anshul Jain?
Yes, yes.
If you have no questions, please mute.
How do I mute?
Oh, great, thank you. So I was tracking UPL chart is pretty good. Standing at resistance points. We were discussing this yesterday, and this time it is showing strength. Yesterday it consolidated between 770 and 776. So 776 was a pretty good resistance point, and today this script has crossed over that point. So it has a small resistance now, a symmetrical resistance. I'll just show you that somewhat here, which is say 786, and it will struggle there for a while, maybe a day or two, maybe next week. There is a fair chance of breakout, and this breakout can extend to say levels of 834, 830, 830, 34 band. Okay, so this is a script which is again a shortlisted candidate for a breakout. But what we want is we want Nifty to participate along these stocks. Otherwise, these stocks will fail, and this could be a false breakout, and there's a fair chance that we hit a stop loss if the breakout is fall. So we really want this to consolidate along with Nifty. Okay, Bharat Forge is pretty active, so I think this is a good candidate because I'll show you the chart. This is oversold, and the accumulation, the amount of accumulation which is happening in this stock may give us 20-point upside or 25-point upside with immediate return. But there is a stress on Nifty. So currently we'll be watching for a while that if we're getting an opportunity to buy the low points, we will trade. Okay. And stock specific, our hit list or radar is Bharat Forge, UPL, and IndusInd Bank is on short side. It was an early morning short, and I'm expecting IndusInd Bank to touch 1539. So today morning it has made a low of 1551.20. So this is a point, trigger point. So fresh short below this, a scalping opportunity to have 10 points at the bottom. So you may note down that. Okay, so 10 points is easily available. ITC we really missed to have in our portfolio. It was very good bet, but we had at 287.20, it reversed from 87, 60, 70. So missed a chance to have that with some 30, 40 paisa, but it's okay. So the target of ITC stands at 301. So this is the one participant which is really taking Nifty to heights. Okay, so Bharat Forge is trying to break yesterday's high, which was 84.50, and now standing really at high. So a 4-point gain if it sustains above 488.10.15 with a target of 488. So 488 is an identical high. So just to remind you that any short covering kind of move can happen in Bharat Forge, and this can move really big. So keep an eye on it. Okay. So rest DLF is tanking down a lot of positions yesterday on some taxation relief, but there was no decision on GST. So people have, overbought somewhere at 184, 185. So that is where the stop loss is happening, and this is coming down. Nifty is stable, but one thing which is we have to look that this has to sustain above say 10,860 and should hold 900 plus band, which is 907 to be precise. So if it is able to hold that, we can see that short covering move. But the idea is that the event is on 1st of Feb, and there's a lot of results coming in. So I feel it's better to trade result specific till the time we are close to event, and we have more 20 days to go for it. So that means all the positions of call options or put options, it should be on a writing side because we are in a trading band, and that will give you an opportunity to have some premium on your investments. Okay, so this market should be traded on support levels, and we should sell it at resistance level. So I'm just finding the stocks which may help us. Since it is range bound, yesterday also we could not have any good trade, and the moment we buy, there are chances that it moves up 4-5 rupees and comes down to your level again. So there is no trend moving as of now. So we are missing the trend. So let's wait for that rally or something. Let's do that, and then we will head for it. Okay, it's a morning thing, and I want you to be busy, and I want you to be good traders. So we'll have a small lesson on trend, how to be in a trend, and you should not, panic with some noises in the market. If the trend is in your favor, then you are going to make that money. So I'm going to explain you that. So how is it? Let's go to a window. Okay, so the Nifty window. Okay, suppose what we need is we need an RSI, we need a moving average, and we need a chart or a script to trade this. So say suppose RSI is oversold and it is say near to say 25, 30, and it's been falling from say, I'm just taking an example on Nifty. So if Nifty is selling from 11,400 first down at this, and then this is a kind of morning star at the bottom, RSI oversold at 25. You see that kind of morning star pattern, you see that this is a good buy. So suppose if you're buying somewhat here, okay, so you're buying somewhat here, your trend is continuing, till here. So first sell is this, okay, first sell is this. Till the time it breaks this, the trend is in your favor, okay, you should have that stop loss, and then moves up, moves down, trend is intact. You can see the trend line which is moving. So on every rise, you should have a first sell bottom as in stop loss. The first sell bottom could be this, going higher, reverse, your stop loss is. Now suppose again Morningstar you bought, you're sustaining, trend is continuing, right? So it is just not to panic and stay in trend till your stop loss is hit and the Nifty is closing below your stop loss. So if you're taking that 5 minutes or hourly or daily candles, you should respect that the first low should be supported. So in that case, I'll just explain you in a trading view, which will help you. So any stock which is moving, I can say that. Okay, I'm taking example of. I'm showing you my another monitor, which is screen 1, and okay, I'm taking example of Indigo. This is weekly. The stock is in trend, and I feel the crude is going to remain between $54 and $65. So even if that is good to go, these Indigo or SpiceJet airlines companies will sustain. So so that is where I'm talking about. You can see the chart. I'll just point it out. So what we need an RSI, we need an MACD, and you can see that it is heavily striked from 1498, and it's standing at say low of 730, and all our averages are also oversold, and we feel that this is a good go, and we take a position say at 740. So there is no hurry. Don't cut your position at say 790 or something. You need to really control your emotions if you want to have a long trend, and that's how you will make money. So this was the first rise, okay, and first step, trend is in, and then trend is continued, and again trend is in, and again trend continues, and trend is in. So in this, what you have to keep in mind that all your stop losses are, should look like this. If you bought somewhat here, this is your first step. This is your second footstep. This is your third footstep, and this is your fourth. Okay, so probably it can hit somewhat here because there is room, and just stretch this. Okay, so it's a channel low, and there's still room to cool down. Okay, so since it's so somewhat here, it has to cool down and then reverse. It should make a lower high. I'm talking about the RSI or MACD. So in all these, you bought this. Your first stop loss is this. It went up, went down, and reversed. And since it's reversed from here, your stop loss is revised to this level, went down, and reversed. Now your stop loss stands at this. Okay, so in this way you are going to continue with your trend, and you can have a long move in stocks, and that's a better way to do it. So suppose you entered at 750, you traded somewhat at 1150, so a good 400 points on upside, and trend should continue. And at the same time, if you see that it is a kind of head and shoulder pattern here which got broke, and that's better utilized by an operator. So this was inverted head and shoulder pattern there. So a lot of things you need to actually design there. Okay, so this was a short lesson on being in trend and trade long, and you make money only once you are able to hold your longs till length. Okay, so coming back to Nifty. Okay, so we are still struggling between areas of 108.03 and 10,803 and 10,860. We are in a struggling band, and there is no decision as such to trade either short or long. So we need to wait till the time we get a clear signal. So I'm hoping to get that. Meanwhile, I'm just searching good scripts which we can trade on. So I'll share once I am onto it. And I think we should wait for better rates. I need a strike down, which is a probability as of now standing 70%. The moment we get Infosys result, there is something I'm expecting, a kind of short single long candle, and then a short covering. So we will be watching that. And IndusInd Bank just trying to break the previous low, 1551.20. So just be in trade, keep watching, and I'll share and next update the moment I get that. So stay tuned. Any queries you can ask, because since it's morning, you must be having few trades.
Biocon and Sun Pharma.
Anshul Jain, I'll making you a presenter. Just a second. Uh, so long term, this stock is trending down. You can see exhaustion somewhat at these level. We're making a symmetrical formation. At the same time, averages are cooling down, showing reversal signs. So there is a divergence on averages. Okay, so this is something I am hoping that it cracks a false breakout, and then there is expected sell in the stock. So I recommend if you're holding that positionally, you should exit at around 660 or 665 band and wait for some good levels. So I think the longs are only if it is closing above say 710 and consolidation, a good consolidation. But I will not buy between 665 and 697. So this is the area wherein I look to sell the stock, and this is I believe that this is going to be a false breakout, and there's gonna some stress in the stock going forward. So my target is again to fill this gap at the bottom. It has struggled a lot, and why there's an island gap here. You can see the volume which has happened. So it was intentional that the stock just uh, gone high, and but the stock is not able to break the band of 600 and 700, which seems as if some fault happening. But if averages are so cooled down, and if we see a good reversal with good strong volume, things gonna would happen for good. But I think it's a book from my side. Which was the other one apart from Biocon? Okay,
Sun
seems
Pharma.
Sun Pharma. Okay, strong base in Sun Pharma. There's a good strong volume happened here. I'll just show you. I believe that this stock has formed that bottom, which I was looking forward to, and there's a short gap here, which seems as it at 474 as in target. Okay, so I think the buying is strong here. So the first initial dip, if it happens and if gives us an opportunity to buy at 422, you can keep a stop loss of 404 and take a target of say 470 on high side.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So Anshul wants me to make him a presenter. Anshul Jain, are you in? Anshul Jain, are you ready?
His screen was stuck.
Okay. Okay. He said no. Okay, great. So we'll keep watching for a while. I am looking for good stocks. If we can, the stocks are making new lows. We're down by say 17 points, and 803, 10,803 is a reflection point. And if you're not sustaining, there's fair chance that we make a low around 770 or 760 sorts. We're just looking at it, and stocks are now giving up the sustaining levels. And you can see DLF below 180. Bharat Forge, could not, I guess, hold that new high, coming down. And one more lesson that if I say that if it is going to break new high and hit new levels, we are not going to act foolish. The stock should sustain about that level to prove that it is going on newer levels. Okay, so just don't just jump onto it that it has cut your levels and you want to. So being a pro trader, you need to always verify, and trade should hold above that level. That's where you should get into the trade. Okay, as of now, banking looks weak for me, and I think there is going to be a short correction and if that correction is holding, we will surely buy. So what we want is Nifty to hold. If I am, let's have a look again at Nifty. So okay, I'll put that in 5 minutes again. So you can see that it is just trying to break that 803 levels, and it is somewhere to the previous low of yesterday. We made that low, okay, and we're just trying to hit this support level. You can see a lot of congestion there, and this is where the support should take congestion here again. So this is where the support should come. So probably around say 796, 790 band. Okay, you should break. Otherwise, on a larger side, 10,783, it should hit that and move on upside. So that is, I think, what we should do. Okay, I'm just putting like this. So it should hit 783 here, and then we'll see that if it is breaking 783, then there is some problem which may take. Okay, so this is a 783. This is the 783 area. If we break that, 731, and we break 731 and we're sustaining, the symmetrical triangle formation is on negative side. That means there's a positional short sell which may take place. Okay. At the same time, we need to check that if it is holding this level, okay, this support level, I'm talking about this area. So if it is holding that 662, then the trend is intact and there is fair chances of short covering. Anything below the 1060, 662, we are cracking down and the trend is bearish then. And we will exit all our longs in a portfolio and wait for better numbers. Okay. Okay, taking a break. IndusInd Bank, again, just trying to break previous level. Just be active. So 1552 it is standing, and previous low was 5120. There's gonna a sharp strike down. Okay, so just be active. You can trade that. So we believe that 1539 is something which is going to take place. Okay. Okay, just trying to break. Price is back 378. Reliance is weak by 0.47. So a lot of stocks are proving that they are unable to hold. You can see the TCS again 1850, not able to hold that 1850 level, and that is somewhat very much negative. That if it is not able to hold that. I think we should wait for Infosys results. Once they are out, we will have a clear signal that where this market is moving. So I am hoping a short covering should take place, and we should wait for it. Till the time banking seems very weak, don't enter into PSUs. And private banks are again sustaining as of now. But if it breaks another 2% from the current points, the whole format is negative. Okay. One more thing for positional traders. I have marked on Indigo to buy these levels. So 1065 is a positional buy. You can have that. There's a temporary sell down. So I think 1120, 1140 is easily achievable. Though it has, you just check that long-term trend, you will find that area good support. So trade accordingly. Okay. So positional bet is good at buying these levels. Okay. I'm putting a pause as of now. So we'll just watch. If any opportunity comes in, I'll immediately knock you. So it seems we have touched the bottom and respected 10,803 odd levels, uh, forming kind of morning star patterns. So it's respecting. So the first reflection. So let's hope. So it is still sustaining that level, but trend looks very weak. And 10,808, 803. So till the time it breaks down or gives us some strong bottom formation, we are not entering any trade. But PSU banking looking bit weak, and we're just looking for some big strike to happen. Okay, so banks are pretty weak, and IndusInd Bank, ICICI Bank, Canara Bank, State Bank. So hope this Friday controls well and give us a good short covering if we break on upside. Bharat Forge again 484. From yesterday, I'm just looking at the stock. It has made a good base at 477, and this 480, 477 whole day. There was some screen buying happened. So today also there's screen buying happening, and let's hope if it sustained well. Nifty is just trying to hold. So kind of morning star pattern, and it's opportunity, but it's a weak structure. So I don't know whether it is going to hold. Okay, Bharat Forge just broken new high. It's 85.45. 85.45. So Bharti Airtel, it's a dip opportunity, and if we get that, it's 32.50 again. 3-4 times scalp trade between it, and if we get that today, say 28.10 or 27.50, we can have a stop loss of say 25.80 on a closing basis, and we can trade it for another 1 or 2 rupee. Okay. Reliance is weak again. It seems it's just growing to break 1100. So now it seems Bharat Forge is sustaining. Indigo is 78, and it's just preparing it for 65 levels. So you can keep tracking it for a quick scalp. So ITC is going good. I think these guys are going to actually hold the screen. We'll check Colgate as well. $13.90. Yesterday it was 2% up. You can have Dabur. So if Nifty has to sustain, it needs counters to support the index. TCS again standing at 1849. Okay, so good option selling. Bharat Forge 85, 85 and a half, just crossing it. Bharat from low of 329. IndusInd Bank now breaking 51. 50. IndusInd Bank 50. IndusInd Bank breaking down. 50. 49. IndusInd Bank. 48 was the previous low, so it might test that. Just testing the levels. IndusInd Bank is trying to hold that mark of 1550 with a strong positional sell. Okay, Nifty is again not holding, so it is just trying to take that support, previous support of last 2 days of 803. It seems as if weakness to persist.
Breaking below day before yesterday's low.
Yeah. ICICI Bank weak again, so it is currently standing at 76.50. It is about to break that previous low of 375.50. So private banks are showing some negative performance now. So things are now started tanking in good pace. Let's hope if it is sustaining, because we have just broken the support levels of 10,803, and now the next support stands at 10,783. I'll show you the larger picture, which is like this. I'll show an hourly candle. Okay, so I'm talking about this level, 783. So if we sustain that, let's see. TCS 47. There's some negative to the market since morning, and we've seen the opening pressure. Since morning stocks are all sold and thrashed, they're not able to sustain last 2 days average. So last 2 days average is weak. So on hourly indicator, we can see the short line, yellow line, just crossed the white line, which is an initial signature to confirmation, and we are just trying to go below of last day low. So 783 is a good mark, and it will confirm where we are heading. IndusInd Bank standing at 49 now, so probably just testing the day before low of say 48. So morning pressure sustaining.